Hi everyone, my name is Heidi and I'm coming to you from sunny Florida where I live with my significant other Bill. Today is Monday, it is November 18th and this is episode 60. A warm welcome to any new viewers out there and any returning viewers. I hope you liked the episode, and if you do, would you consider subscribing and clicking the like button so that you can see what I'm up to next time. So today is a cloudy day in Florida, and also we are finally getting some cool weather. Right now it's in the low 80s, but I think as the week progresses, it's gonna you wake up and it's gonna be like 50 degrees. So yay, I could wear some of my knitted socks. We'll see, because basically I'm always in sandals and open-toe shoes. Today I will be talking with you about my knitting, my crocheting, and a little bit of cross stitch. I got it all in there. If you want to find me other than YouTube, I'm also on Ravelry and Instagram as Yarned Heidi. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Let's go to finished objects. I have a lot of finished objects. I think I have like 6 of them. I don't have too many works in progresses because I'm going to be starting some things at the very beginning of December, so I did not want to start too many things. But I do have some things that I have not finished yet because the big knit along or crochet along or make along with the pigskin party started, and anything before that I put on hold for when pigskin party is over. Just for those who don't know, pigskin party is like a 6-month make along during the football season. You do not have to participate in football at all. It's just a make along with the theme of the football season. So if you join in, you get points for any projects that you make for the yardage and stuff like that. So I digressed a little bit, but that is the reason why I'm not working on my old works in progresses, because they won't count for points with the pigskin, and I do like participating in that make along. So let's go moving with what I have done that will get applied to the pigskin party. The first thing is I'm wearing it. I just love this, how this came out. This is my Tulsa tank. I'll stand up and show you. Let's see if you can see a lot of it. You probably can't see. Yeah, so there it is, and going up. And I just love this Tulsa tank. It is such an well-written, pretty simple garment to make. Her directions are always so clear, and again, this could be something that a beginner can tackle on. Yeah, I mean, the underarm stuff, when you get to the straps, maybe a little bit challenging for a beginner, but not really. Once you get it, I think it's fairly simple. So let me just tell you about the details. So it's called the Tulsa Tank by Rebecca Clow, and the yarn is by Lion Brand, their Coboo base. It is a, let's see, how much percentage? 51% cotton and 49% rayon from bamboo. It is extremely soft. It drapes. It's just, believe it or not, it is a nice yarn. So anyway, the colorway that I used is Coboo. Excuse me, what is with me? It's Monday morning. The colorway is Lilac. The base is Coboo from Lion Brand. It is a DK weight, so it's not that heavy. And the needles I used were 6 and 8. So the size I did was a size 4, and then she gives you like different cup sizes. Believe it or not, I measured, and it came out like to the B size, but it's a size 4. So it all fit in, and I'm glad I picked that size. She has other sizes in there, like for bigger than B, but when I measured, that's what came out, and I'm glad I did it. And so this is the square neck version of the tank top. She has other versions, like a vest-like, a V-neck. There's like 3 versions that you could do for the neckline. I wanted the square, so it's kind of open like that. And So it is knit from the bottom up, which I was kind of scared about because very hard to try on. I couldn't really try it on. I did measure against another garment that I liked making, so I based upon that, and I really just kept my fingers crossed. But as I was knitting it, I was saying, "Oh, it looks like it's gonna be so big." And I said, let's go with it because sometimes I get like that and then I rip it or I don't do it. And then it ends up being too small if I don't make it big enough. So I said, let's just go with it, see how really big it is. And so I did the body, and the pattern recommends like 13 inches or whatever fits your length. And you know, I did the 13 inches because my other sweater showed 13 inches. But in retrospect, I like it long because it, you know, hides whatever, but it's a little too long. So, but this is a learning curve for me. So now I'm thinking 13 inches is long, even though I like it long. If I had just done an inch shorter, maybe 12 inches, because I am short-waisted. The pattern's written for probably an average person that would knit 13 inches until you split for the front and back. But I said, oh, the pattern says it, and my other garments showed 13 inches before the split, so I went with it. Next time I'll know I should do maybe 12 and see, because it is kind of long. Let me see. See, it's down to here. Some people like it up here. I don't like it up. So maybe an inch shorter. Okay, the other thing that I learned from this, oh, I'm hiding, jeez. The other thing is that the underarm, it is too big. I'll show you, see this? I don't really like that. I should have done some more rows for this strap because the underarm kind of connects to the strap here. And I should have done maybe two or three more rows, but then I would have had a thicker strap. So I don't know. It's a little big, but I am so comfortable with it. I am happy with it being big. So, you know, okay with that. What else can I tell you about it? Not much, just my trials and tribulations of it. It really wasn't hard to make. I'm just trying to figure out how to make the best fitting garment. So again, I know the body was too long and I could have done a little bit extra on the straps going around. So the other thing is, I actually knit this tank 1.5 times because the first time that I did it, I was knitting along with the body and I even got up to the sleeves or the neckline, and I saw that something looked wonky all the way down above the ribbing, you know, above the ribbing in the body. And then I looked at it and I was like, did I drop a stitch? Because it just looked so wonky. So I dropped that stitch all the way down to where the error was. It wasn't a drop stitch, it was an extra stitch. And then I noticed when I got rid of the extra stitch, there was a big gap in the stitches, you know, and it just looked horrible to me. So I did my a technique I learned. Oh, the gardeners are here again. I have to put it on pause. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully they don't come around again. So anyway, that was my dilemma, that I ended up having to rip out all the way down to that part, and I learned that I could pick up stitches with my needle below the error. And then I did that for the first time, went around the whole tank top, picked up the right leg of each stitch around the whole thing. Good thing it was all knitted so I could see where my stitches were. And then I was able to knit the rest of the body all over again. So I really did like a tank and a half on this, but it was well worth it. I can't tell you how comfortable this tank top is. I could wear this all day and just be free and natural. Nothing's constricting. It's so wonderful. So I love it. I would definitely make this again. I don't normally make garments more than once the same one, but this one definitely, and maybe I would try a different yarn. I don't know. So anyway, that's it. This is my toaster tank. Very happy with it. The next finished object, which I love so much too, are my socks. Check the Box socks by Knit and Kristen. Oh wait, is it Knit? Yeah, Knit and Kristen. Love, love, love these socks so much. So the yarn is by Stitching with Yarn, and the colorway is football season. So this is like a big sponsor to the pigskin party. And I did a size small. These are for me, guys. I just love them so much. So I'll probably wear them when I go up north. They are a size small, which is 56 stitches that I did. And let me see. I did a 15 row for the cups, 15 rows. I did, how much did I do for I did 4 repeats of the pattern here. She had 5, but since I have a small foot and legs, I did 4 repeats. Then I did the heel, which is a slip stitch and gusset heel, but I always add extra rows on the heel flap. Like instead of 28, I do 32 because I have a very, very high inset. My foot is like this. So I made extras so that way my heel would fit better. Then I did 42 rows for the leg. The foot. And then I did the rounded toe. Love, love, love. The needles I did is a size 1, which is a 2.25 millimeter needle. And what else can I tell you? And I just used 2 circular needles, which is my favorite way to knit socks. Yeah, so that's it. Once again, this is Check the Box Socks by Knit and Kristen, also known as Kristen Drucker. And I love, love, love these. Look at that pretty texture. So pretty, so full. I think I'm gonna wear these on Thanksgiving. Yeah, if I remember, I gotta put these aside for my packing so that I'll wear them. It would be perfect for Thanksgiving. Okay, so that's it. Then I have more because there's so much of my finished objects. Then, I don't know how we got onto this, but Bill wanted a hat and he wanted more of for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I was so happy I could just go in my stash. I showed him 3 different colorways of greens and he picked this one. So this is the hat. And of course I made him the Musselboro hat. It is nice, I like it. I don't even want to give it to him. This is the Musselboro hat by Isolde Teague. It is a very popular hat. Everybody loves making it. And the reason why, it is like a double knit. You're actually making 2 hats and you're putting one end into the other. So it is very warm and thick and it feels so good. And it's actually 4 times on the top because there's a rim here because I made it a little too long. I never know with the Musselboro how far to go. So this is the Musselboro by Isolde Teague. The yarn is, actually I won this at an event, Yarn Lounge, that I went to in Orlando with some friends this past August. And I won this and he picked this one. So the yarn is, by Biddy Knits, that's the name of the company. And the colorway is Strawberry Fields. And I did an adult medium. So with an adult medium, it says knit like 21 or 22 inches. I stopped at 20 and it was getting big. The size needle was a size 3. And I just love making this hat. The cast on, everybody, there's always some, woes about the cast on, which I don't really find too difficult, but others do. But I did watch Nitty Natty's way of doing this cast on, and it was good. Great tutorial, and had no issues. From that point, you just increase at the beginning, and then you just knit as many inches, like I did 20 inches, and then I started decreasing, and I folded up the rim because it was getting too big, and Bill loves it, but I love it too. Should I give it to him, or should I just keep it? No, I have to give it to him because he wants to wear it when he goes up north. It's a nice warm hat. Anything else to tell you about this? I think that is it. Yeah, nothing else to tell you. Okay, so the next knitted, because then I have crochet after this, is I had this in my queue in my Ravelry, I just wanted to make it, is these little socks for a baby. So I saw it in a yarn shop, and they were so adorable. So I said, I'll make it, and I had a nice ball of yarn in my stash that was, used for something else. And I said, let's just do it. It's in my library, in my queue with Ravelry. So they're called the Cozy Little Toes by, let me see if I get it in the name, Judith Kathler. I hope her last name is spelled right. I'll probably list it down below anyway. Your yarn is from Stash, but I think it was my Lion brand Sock Ease yarn in my stash. And the colorway I think was called Mojito. I looked at the other project I did with this, and that's what I found. So it is for a 3-month-old. I used a size 1 needle, and it's basically like knitting a sock for a baby. Just like I make my other socks, this was exactly the same way. It really was. The cuff, the ribbing, you do like 40, I did like 40 rows of ribbing on this little sock. That was like the most part I didn't like. 40 rows, because then you cuff it like this. You make it cuff like that. And then by the way, this is a free pattern, so it's okay for me to tell you everything. And then I did like a slip stitch and gusset type heel. And then I just knitted the foot part for the 3 months, whatever they said in the pattern for a 3-month-old. And and then just do this little heel with a Kitchener stitch to end it. Yeah, so basically a sock for a baby. And I'm gonna put it in my baby collection. So adorable. I stuffed it a little bit so it doesn't look so floppy. And hopefully they'll wear it someday. So that is another finished object. Now we'll go on to some crochet things I did. Okay, the first thing, I showed this the last time, and if you're new here, I have made numerous ones of these. This is called the Rainbow Ripple Baby Blanket. And let me see if this is the right way. This here. This is it, finished. I ended up making this bigger than I normally do. I used the 2 skeins, most of it, until it ended on the right row and I didn't have any more to go. So I love, excuse me, I love this pattern. It's the Rainbow Ripple Baby Blanket by Celeste Young. And the yarn is by Line Brand Mandala. It's the Narnia colorway. And it's their baby, the Mandala baby. The hook I used is an H. And I just loved it. I used 2 skeins of it. So about 1,200 yards was in for this. And you know what? I was going to donate this. I just love it. I cannot donate this. I have to put it in my baby collection. I've made other blankets. I've donated blankets. But this one is a keeper because it's big. The other ones were a little bit smaller. And I just love how this came out. Yeah, I can't give it away. I don't know. I just love it. I'd rather, for a future grandchild, give it to them. So, and I don't feel bad about that because the last few ones I did donate to, the knitting circle here where I live. They give it to hospitals or whatever. So I have donated numerous things to them. So no guilt here. So that is my ripple blanket that I've loving doing. I swore that I wasn't going to do another one, but I just love the way they came out. Anyway, so that one's done. And then the last one is I had it itching to do a technique I learned recently, and I wanted to do it again. I don't know how to make anything else but these. For some reason, maybe I'll make a shawl. Is my a pot holder, but it's Tunisian crochet. This is a technique that I've never done before until this year. I've learned how to do it. It's really fairly easy. I love the look of it. This is using 2 colors from my stash. It's the Knit Picks Dishy, their cotton yarn. And what is the colorway? I think one, this brownish look, and it's like a brown and white colorway. It's called Coffee. And the other one, which is like a peachy salmon color, is called Conch. And so this is called the Homespun Dishcloth by Amy Menard. And I used a hook size I, which is a 5.5 millimeter hook. And again, it's a Tunisian crochet. And the pattern calls for, I think it's a free pattern, 25 stitches to start with, but I did it and it definitely looked too small, so I added another 5. So this is started with 30 stitches. Yeah, it's such a fun technique. It's very meditative. I just love doing it. I want to make another one, but I think I want to advance to making a shawl with the Tunisian crochet. But I only know the Tunisian simple stitch, so I don't know what else there is to learn. I don't know, I'll have to look it up. Maybe when I find a pattern, I'll learn the technique as I go. We'll see. So that's it for my finished objects. So many, and I'm pleased with them all. So let's move on to works in progress. My works in progress, I only have a couple here. 1, 2, maybe 3. So this is kind of like a finished work in progress. I don't know, I keep going with it. I saw the crazy sock lady do it, so I wanted to do it. I am easily influenced by so many, but it's a good thing. It could be other things I could be influenced by, thank God not for that. But anyway, she was making bookmarks and I said, let me check it out. And when I saw it, it's such a nice, easy pattern. So I made this bookmark, and let me see who it's by Haley Quinn, and I made this one. And I'm on another one. Let's see if I can get it out here. This is by using All My Stash. It's called, let me get this is a mess right now. Okay, it is called Love My Bookmark by Haley Quinn. And it's a free pattern, and it's just using up your scraps. So it's pretty much on the edges, it's like a garter stitch, gives a nice little edging, and then this is knit and the other side is purl. So you just knit the edges and you purl on the other side, and then I think they have a tassel on there on the pattern, but I did like the crazy sock lady did. I did a braid, so much easier. And then I just knotted at the end. The only thing is, they curl. You have to block them. I'll show you one that I did not block yet. Where is it? Where are you here? It is so curly, and when you block it, it makes a world of a difference like this. And it still curls a little bit. And I even use starch on it, like a stiffener. So this is it before it gets blocked. Look how curly. So I block it flat, I'll pin it down, and then I'll put the braid on here. I just use a crochet hook, pull it through, and then I braid it. But I don't do it until this is flattened. So after I do a few, I will block them, and then I will, which means, wet them and let them dry. So, and then they'll be flat, and then I'll put the braid on. So you use a size 1, use your stash up. It takes, I don't know, maybe 5 grams, including the braid. Size 1 needle, which is a 2.25, and that is it. So simple. So I made a couple of them, and they're thin enough. People say, oh, are they thick inside of a book? They're really not thick at all. I should try it right now. Put it in this book right here. Let's see. No, it's nice. No. So anyway, it's just a little quickie thing to do, a palette cleanser, and good for giving gifts. I mean, this day and age, people do e-readers, including me, but there's also like resource books, like a cookbook that you look at, or if you follow a Bible, any kind of religious readings or inspiration books, you put this in there, and it's just like a little warm hug when you look at it, that it's handmade, So that is that. The next project, so excited about, because I wanted to do this, and I had the yarn for it, that I got at Rhinebeck, and I started it. This is my Pressed Flowers Kerchief by Amy Christophers. I think that's it, Christophers. I'm not sure if it's Christophers or Christophers, but anyway, this is her pattern. She does a lot of other patterns, but this happens to be free. So it's going to be a kerchief. Let me see what I can tell you about it. It is a technique called mosaic knitting. I know it sounds difficult, but it is not. It's all a matter of you use the same color for 2 rows and you just slip stitches and knitting stitches all in the same row. You know, it's very easy. And I just love this technique. It's so fun and addicting doing these flowers. She has a chart. So anyway, the yarn is by Fig and Posy Yarn Company. The gold one or the yellow is called Goldrush, and the green is called Olives. I am using, oh, by the way, it is their tweed DK base. So it's a DK weight yarn and it's a tweed. And the needles I'm using is size 6, which is a 4mm needle. It's a free pattern. And however, I was looking at the schematic, which it shows you like the measurements, the finished measurements, and I still think it's going to be small. I still have a ways to go. I only did 1 chart so far, so I ended up ripping back a couple of rows because I stopped to do the next chart, and I said, you know, I don't want it snug on my neck. I want a little looseness. So I'm doing a few, like 2 more repeats of the chart 1, chart A, and then I'll go to chart B, which is only 1 repeat there, one set to do. And then it's decreasing back down. So we'll see how it goes, but I just love doing it. Hopefully the next time I talk to you guys, it's going to be done. Oh, I even like the way it looks on me with this green. Green is my favorite color. Yellow, not so good on me, but the combination is so nice. So, and there's my little turkey getting ready for Thanksgiving. Yeah, so this I am loving. It is addicting because you never really get bored. And there's a chart, so there's a little bit different on each row, just a little bit. But you can read your stitches really well, and you know where you are, and especially with the color. Anyway, just a little pre-warning. When I looked at the pattern, I read the written pattern, I was doing it. I said, let me just do the written directions instead of the chart. My count was not coming out right. And I don't know if there was an error or if it was me, but I tried it a couple of times. But I went to the chart. The chart was much better and my stitch count came out correctly. So just a little warning. I don't know if there's an error or not. I have no idea. But if you find that, if you do this and you see that, go to the chart. The chart is pretty simple. And then on the second chart, again, I don't know if it's narrow or not, but you're supposed to repeat the last section of it. There's no, like, she on the first chart, she put like a red line, said, you repeat on this section. I don't see that red line on the second chart, but I just know from doing the pattern that that's what it is. And yeah, so love, love, love it. Oh, it looks so nice. I can't wait till it's done. Yeah, so that is my goal, to complete that in the next couple of weeks. And the last but not least, I'm doing a cross stitch. One of my, it's called the Stitchy House, and she has like 12 of them. This is it. This is by Erica Aunt. A couple of years ago, I'm not sure if it's last year or the year before, she had a Stitchy House of the Month. This will be February. I had this pink fabric in my stash, perfect size. I don't even know, did I have to cut it? I don't even remember if I cut it or not, but it was perfect to make the Stitchy House. And I'm almost done with it. I just have to put a tree up here and then the words FEB, February, and then I'll send it off to a finisher and it will be included on, I bought like a little board to change the months out when they come. So I'm trying to get ahead of it so that I could always have the month that I'm done with, so that when it's February, I can put that on the board. We'll see, but because then I have to send it off to the finisher. It takes like 6 weeks. Yeah, so that is my last work in progress that I am currently working on. So yeah, so let's move on to acquisitions. Okay, acquisitions. Not too many, which is good because Advent season's coming. I'm going to have so much there. So I got my Yarnable, which is a subscription by Hypnotic Yarn, and I'll show you what the yarn is. This is the November one. Let's Get Basted. So pretty, fall-like, Thanksgiving. Such a pretty yarn. All her colorways are nice. This is a 85 superwash merino and 15 nylon, and yeah, about 437 yards. I don't know what I'll do with it. It just goes into the stash. But I know I can do socks, or I can do a cowl, or I don't know. Anyway, I'm not doing anything with it now. I got too much other things, gift knitting and all that stuff. And then the little extras she put in there this is a pin. I think it's a pin, yeah. Says, falling leaves, yarn please. So that's a cute little pin to put on my bags. This is sweater weather. It is a shower steamer. I think it said put it on the bottom of your shower, and when the water hits it, it has an aroma. But I have to tell you, the smell is bothering me, so I don't know if I'll do this. I don't know what to do with it. And then this little Notions bag. Falling leaves, yarn please, to match the button. Oh, so I'll put the button on this bag. Cute. Yeah, so that is my yarnable. I think currently she had some openings. She usually gets full and then stops any new subscriptions, but then she always puts out that she's accepting new subscribers, so check it out. The last one, because I saw this, I don't know how, that deep hole, black hole in Instagram. I follow somebody, but they're having a Hanukkah knit along, make along, whatever you want to call it. So I said, oh, I'd love to do that. And they had some sponsoring yarns that you could buy and also patterns. So I found a pattern. I wanted to do these fingerless mitts, they call them. And then she had yarn to kind of go with it. So, I mean, you could do it separately. You can use your own yarn and that pattern. You could do whatever you want. But I wanted to participate and use their stuff and try it out. So one of the sponsors for the yarn is Theater Kid Yarns. I think who's having it, I think she's called Ben Knitter on Instagram. I'm not sure, but I found it. And she posted a Hanukkah, which is a knit along for Hanukkah. So this is by Theater Kid Yarns. And I'm going to be making these split decision mitts. Maybe I'll show a picture if I remember. And that's the name of this this set. But the colorways is light a candle, which I love this gold look. It's so beautiful. I was torn to it, like I was attracted to it. And the blue is called Mishpacha. So the fingerless glove's going to have these two colors in it. And I think you could make one with one way of the colors looking and then the other. I'll post a picture. Hopefully I can find a picture of it somewhere and show you what it looks like. Yeah, so that is all my acquisitions. Let's move on to life adventures. Life adventures, not a heck of a lot going on. What we have started doing is some holiday shopping because I have like an anxiety disorder. So when I know that there's a lot to do and there's little time to do it, I get anxious. So I like to start ahead so that by the time the holidays come, I'm in a chill state of mind. So we have been picking up things along the way, except when your kids are older, like my kids are getting older. I don't know what to get them anymore. They have their own wants and needs. I mean, I get them little things here and there that I think they'll like, but their main stuff that they really want, I have no idea. So it's stressful for me to even ask them, please send me your list. And then if they don't, I have to keep at it. And it's just a PIA, to be honest with you. It's just stressful to me. So I already put out the feelers out there. Please send me your list. Do I get them? No. So I have to keep nagging them to get the list. So anyway, so we've done some holiday shopping. Bill has got 4 granddaughters, but they're young. They're easy. When my kids were young, so easy to get for. When they're older, like adults, much harder. So we've been doing that. And then also in the mix of that was Veterans Day. Bill is a vet, and I laugh because he finds out all the places that are giving away stuff free, like food places, or discounted, like Dunkin' Donuts gives them a free donut, Applebee's a free meal, and this and that. So literally, he had to work, but when he got off, literally on Veterans Day, we eat our way through Veterans Day. Well, he does. Like, he had his donut. I don't know if he brought his lunch. It was a hard day for him. But then at dinner time, we went out to eat to Texas Roadhouse. He gets a free meal there. I don't, but that's fine, you know. And then the gardeners again. I'll put this on pause. It's too annoying. Okay, hopefully they don't come back, but if they do, I'm just gonna have to get through this. So Veterans Day, we went to Texas Roadhouse, and then on the way back, he said, I think it's called Firehouse Subs. They also give away a free sub. And he said, I can take that for work the next day. So we stopped by there, he got a free sub. And then there was Dunkin' Donuts again. He said for dessert we could split a donut, so he did that. So basically, if he wasn't working, he'd pretty much eat the whole way through Veterans Day for nothing. So that was a lot of fun. And that's it. We're not doing a lot here and there, just errands, usual life stuff, boring. Even no movies to watch really, TV, just watching sports. He watches football, I knit or crochet, and podcasts. I watch podcasts, not much there, but I did finish a book called Three Sisters by Heather Morris, I think her name is. I'll put it up here. It was good, but it was so sad. Why am I doing this to myself? Anyway, it takes place during the Holocaust. These three sisters made a promise to their father before he passed on, that he said to them, please always stick together, your sisters, always have that bond, stay together. So anyway, two of the sisters, one sister got sick and she was in the hospital. And at that time, they were calling all the kids to go off to work for the Nazis. So anyway, she was sick, and even though she was getting better, they kept her there. And the doctor said, no, you're not really well enough to go. They kept her there on purpose to avoid being evacuated to a camp. But the other two sisters were taken, and they had to work in the camps, and that was horrible what they explained there. And meanwhile, the other sister felt bad. So eventually, and she was hiding out. After she got out of the hospital, she was hiding out at a neighbor's house and this and that. Eventually, they found her and she got sent to the camp where the sisters kind of reunited. And they went through horrible stuff, and they worked in the camps for whatever. And then they even escaped from the death march. They were marching on the death march, and they managed to escape. And they were from Slovakia. They ended up going back to Slovakia, but then their real goal was they wanted to go to the promised land of Israel, which was new at that time. So a couple of them ended up going there, and their lives were definitely felt by it, and there was a lot, they're impacted by it, but they still managed to stay together, have families, meet significant others, and they kept their father's promise and kept that bond together. So it was, at the end, it was heartwarming. I felt it went on too long, but boy, it was tough to get through some of that tough stuff in the camps. It was really tough. I was like, why am I reading this? So but the book was good, but it still, hit home. It hit home. So, and that was it. And before I get off and say toodaloo to you guys for the week, a happy Thanksgiving is coming up in a week and a half, and I have to say I am so thankful for all of you. I know you hear that all the time, but I truly feel I am blessed to be able to do this, meet some of you, and meet all of you on the podcast, even though I haven't met you physically. And I really am blessed, and I don't take that for granted, about how many people who have helped me through the worst of times. And believe me, there was plenty, and the good times, to share everything that I have and the messy stuff. And I'm just so thankful that I have this community. I don't take it for granted. There are times I just say, when I'm even the other day, when my friends came over and we were sitting by my clubhouse outside, and I said, I really am blessed. I was telling a couple of girls, and I don't take that for granted. And I'm so thankful that I have this community. I'm thankful for, of course, my family, my friends, this community. Knitting has saved my life, as well as cross stitch and crocheting. And I can't even say how thankful I am. It's just not enough to say, not enough words that I could think of. But anyway, I wish you all a peaceful Thanksgiving, a loving Thanksgiving, and of course, a blessed Thanksgiving. So I'll see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye-bye.